Hello, I am Professor Hosera and I'm going to be your instructor for art appreciation. Welcome to the class. So I wanted to give you a little introduction to me and then I'll show you around our Canvas site, and that way you'll kind of get an understanding of how I've organized things for the class. To start, I can tell you that I have worked in the arts for a really long time. I was a theater major in undergrad. I graduated, I worked as a scenic artist, and then I went and worked as a makeup artist. So I spent about 10 years working in theater, and then I went back to school and I got my master's degree, and that's what brings me to you all. Besides art appreciation, I also teach the humanities courses, Intro to Humanities, 20th Century Humanities, and I teach art history too, as well as art appreciation, and I'm working on getting credentialed to teach the philosophy courses as well. Lots of different areas of interest. So that's a little bit about me. Let's take a look at our class. There we go. Your dashboard should look something like this. You'll click on our class. This is an art class because you guys aren't loaded in there yet. And we will come to a landing page here. My computer is not loading images, which is very frustrating, but I'm working on getting it fixed. So for now, the most important information that I want to show you are some of the links that are here on your home page. You have a calendar. And if you click on this, it's going to tell you what we're doing in class each week. That way you can plan ahead in case you know that you have a lot of work coming up. You will be able to look and see what's due in this class and when. Over here on the side, you'll have a tab that will show you our syllabus. Lots of good information here. My policies are in here. The probably most important thing you want to look at here on the sides is your modules. When you start the class, you have, when you press the start button from the home page, it'll bring you to this page. This is a little bit about me, a little bit about our class. If you click the next button, it'll scroll you through each of our pages of our introductory modules. So for example, this is how to navigate Canvas. There's a little video you can watch, student support services, the course overview, and to unlock the first assignment, you have to make sure you open each page of these orientation modules. Sometimes students will go to the assignments tab and try to get into it that way. It will not open for you unless you open and click next through each of these orientation modules. So since we're here on our course overview page, I want to show you that we have these learning outcomes here. Always pay attention to the learning outcomes. Learning outcomes are actually the information that I will test you on. So at the beginning of each unit, you'll see some learning outcomes. For example, it'll say define a term or identify something. Those are things that I want you to be able to do when you finish the unit. So those are important. They're a way to let you know what information I think is important and what you might see again. How this course works, we have 3 main units. The first unit is going to be about developing visual literacy. We talk about why people make art. We talk about the roles that an artist fulfills in society. And in chapter 2, we'll talk about the power, the importance, the value of art. In chapter 2, we'll talk a little bit about the philosophical study of art. The study of art and beauty in philosophy is called aesthetics. And I use a lot of contemporary works of art in these first 2 chapters. 1, because I think they're really good examples, and 2, because we don't always have time to fit them in. For example, when I'm teaching my art history class, I only get to about the 1980s, so I don't get to talk in my art history class as much about works that are being made right now by artists right now. And there's lots of cool stuff out there. So I like to use these first two chapters in art appreciation to be able to talk about that stuff. The next unit that we will do will focus on the visual elements and the principles of design. The visual elements are line, light, color, shape, texture, motion. And the principles of design are things like balance and emphasis and creating. It's how an artist is going to put things together in a work of art that helps lead our eye around the work of art. These are the chapter 4, the visual elements, is one of the longer chapters that we have. And so you'll see that lecture is broken down into 2 parts. And in these chapters, I use examples from all over the place. There's much more traditional painting. If you like more of the classic stuff, you'll see some more of that stuff, as well as some modern stuff in these 2 chapters. The end of the class focuses on the different media: drawing, painting, printmaking, photography, and film. And these chapters are all very short, so we go through them pretty quickly. Like, for example, when I'm teaching a face-to-face class, we cover 1 a week. So it's pretty fast. They're pretty short, but really interesting stuff. We'll talk about all the different types of drawings that are tools that artists use to make drawings. And the same thing with painting and printmaking and photography and film. So that's a little overview of what the class will be like. Each one of these units will have a test. So at the end of one unit, you take a test. At the end of another unit, you take a test. There is not a comprehensive midterm or final in this class. So you just have to focus on the information that we're working with, and then we'll move on from there. There are a couple discussion posts in the class. Just as a way, since we're an online class, I like to try to make it so that we can get a little bit of that face-to-face interaction, and the discussion post is the best way we have of doing that. Some of your projects are going to be reading and thinking about ideas. Some of them are going to be a little bit creative, using color, thinking about line in works of art. I try to make a wide range of activities in this class, and it's art appreciation, so it should be pretty fun. At the end of the class, hopefully you'll be able to do the virtual tour. I have an assignment where you do a virtual tour of an art museum, and you can apply all of the skills that you learned in this class to looking at some artworks that are out there in the real world. Welcome, everybody. Please take a look around the class and email me if you have any questions. I hope we're going to have a great semester. See you soon. Bye.